Update, I'm watching our house burn down on the security cameras.
How do you choose? Like my brain actually stopped working because I was so overwhelmed with so many things you can't replace.
The wildfires in Los Angeles have wreaked havoc, particularly in the Pacific Palisades, where more than 130,000 people have been forced to evacuate. Fueled by powerful winds, the flames have consumed everything in their path, from the luxury estates of Paris Hilton and Billy Crystal to the homes of countless families. But behind the smoke and destruction, there are heartbreaking stories of loss, moments of life and death, and incredible acts of courage. How did celebrities like Mandy Moore and Mark Hamill navigate their darkest hours? Is there hope amidst this chaos? Join us as we explore the emotional journey behind one of the worst wildfire disasters in LA's history. Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton, known for her glamorous lifestyle and love of lavish parties, faced a heartbreaking loss when her Malibu beach house was destroyed by a devastating fire. While details about the house remain private, beach homes in the area are typically worth millions. The fire broke out in the dead of night, forcing Paris to evacuate with her 5 beloved Pomeranians. As the flames drew closer, the final moments of the house were streamed live on social media, leaving fans devastated. In the wake of the disaster, Paris shared her gratitude that her family and pets were safe, but the damage to her dream home was irreversible. Charred palm trees, a few remnants of walls, and the echoes of what had once been a peaceful seaside retreat. She later confirmed that she watched her home burn to the ground on live TV, as her Malibu property became one of the many victims of the Pacific Palisades fire. Reflecting on the loss, Paris wrote, "This home was where we built so many precious memories. It's where Phoenix took his first steps, and where we dreamed of building a lifetime of memories with London." She also expressed her deep gratitude to the first responders, saying, "To the brave firefighters and first responders risking their lives to protect us, you are true heroes. I am so grateful for your courage, dedication, and the incredible sacrifices you're making to save lives and fight this unimaginable battle. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." Leighton Meester and Adam Brody, 45, and Leighton Meester, 38, had built a peaceful life in their $7 million Pacific Palisades mansion, a serene retreat from the limelight of Hollywood. The 6,000-square-foot home, with its 5 bedrooms and spacious layout, was where they raised their 2 young daughters, a place filled with family memories. But their world was turned upside down when a devastating fire tore through their home, severely damaging the roof and leaving behind scenes of destruction captured by local news outlets. Thankfully, the couple was safely evacuated, and they showed their resilience just days later when they appeared together at the Golden Globe Awards, standing strong in the face of their loss. Despite the heartache, Adam and Leighton remained determined to rebuild the home that once represented their family's peace and happiness. Jen Atkin, a close friend of Leighton and a well-known celebrity hairstylist, expressed her sympathy for the couple, reminding everyone of the shared humanity in times of hardship. While Adam and Leighton have yet to publicly comment on the loss, their strength and determination to move forward are evident. Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins, one of the greatest actors of his generation, endured an unimaginable loss when his Pacific Palisades home was destroyed by fire in 2003. This wasn't the first time he had faced such a disaster, but this time the damage was complete, leaving only a charred fence and an empty lot where his home had once stood. Having moved to the area in 2001 after leaving Malibu, his new home had previously survived a fire. Tragically, just the year before, in 2002, his London home also burned down. Despite these heartbreaking losses, Anthony remained resilient, facing each challenge with unwavering strength and determination. His ability to persevere through such immense hardship speaks to the steadfast spirit of an artist who refuses to give up, no matter what life throws his way. Cameron Mathison. Cameron Mathison, known for his role on General Hospital, recently experienced a heartbreaking loss when his home was destroyed in a wildfire. He shared an emotional video on Instagram showing the remnants of his home, including charred bricks that once held special memories for his family. In his post, Cameron expressed that while his family is safe, their beloved home is now reduced to ruins. He took a moment to thank his friends, fans, and the community for their support and prayers during this difficult time. "We are safe, but this is what's left of our beautiful home. Our home where our kids were raised and where they wanted to raise their own someday," he posted. Thanks to all who reached out and checked in. Can't respond to all, so wanted to give an update here. Sending so many prayers to everyone being affected by these fires. Currently staying in a hotel with his wife and children, Cameron is coping with the loss but remains hopeful about rebuilding. His Pasadena home, purchased in 2012 for $1.67 million, was located in East Los Angeles and was destroyed in a separate fire. Despite the pain, Cameron is determined to move forward and rebuild his life. Jaime Lee Curtis. Jaime Lee Curtis recently shared an emotional message about the bushfires, expressing gratitude that her home remained safe while the surrounding neighborhood was devastated. In a heartfelt video, she called for support for those who lost everything in the fire and paid tribute to a local church that had burned down, one that had been an important part of her life for many years. Jaime emphasized how meaningful the church was to her as a symbol of community and faith. Though she didn't disclose the exact value of her property, she mentioned that many homes in the area are valued between $3 million and $5 million. On Instagram, Jaime expressed her appreciation for the outpouring of support from the community and acknowledged how fortunate her family was to be spared, even as others weren't so lucky. She also urged everyone to continue helping those still in need during these challenging times. "My community and possibly my home is on fire," she wrote on Instagram. "My family is safe. Many of my friends will lose their homes, many other communities as well." She later made an emotional appearance on The Tonight Show, where she confirmed she wasn't home at the time. "As you know, where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. I flew here last night. I was on the plane and started getting texts. It's gnarly, you guys," she told viewers. "It's a catastrophe in Southern California. Obviously, there has been horrific fires in many places. This is literally where I live. Everything." Jaime Lee Curtis and her family have since pledged $1 million to relief efforts. Miles Teller. Miles Teller and his wife Kelly once found their dreams reflected in the walls of their beautiful home. But now, after a devastating fire, it lies in ruins. The home, which featured 7 bedrooms, a custom movie theater, a gym, and a large pool, was filled with cherished memories for the couple, until the blaze tore it all apart. Photos from the scene showed the grim aftermath, gray rubble and a charred car in the garage. Kelly shared a powerful image of the fire on Instagram, including a surprising reminder: "Don't forget to change your pet's water." While the full extent of the damage hasn't been revealed, local sources confirm that the house is beyond repair. The Whiplash star and his wife reportedly purchased the $7.5 million residence in 2023. The loss has shocked the couple and left fans in disbelief, prompting many to wonder how they will rebuild their lives after such a devastating blow. Anna Faris. In 2019, Anna Faris purchased a stunning $5 million mansion in Pacific Palisades, hoping to rebuild her life after her divorce. The 4,000-square-foot property, featuring a pool and lush gardens, quickly became her favorite home. But recently released aerial photos of the property tell a heartbreaking story. What was once a beautiful oasis has now been reduced to ash and rubble after a devastating fire. The vibrant gardens are gone, replaced by leafless trees and charred remnants of what once stood there. Though Anna has yet to publicly comment on the tragedy, Neighbors confirmed that her driveway was empty before the fire broke out, suggesting she had evacuated in time. A key holder also confirmed her safety, offering reassurance that while the loss is great, Anna is unharmed. Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry's former Pacific Palisades home, which sold just a few months ago for $8.5 million to real estate developer Anita Vermal, has become a focal point after suffering significant damage in the fire. While it's unclear if the home still stands, Anita Vermal has confirmed that she and her family are safe. For Matthew Perry, this house held deep personal significance, filled with memories of times spent with close friends, some of whom have since passed. The emotional loss of this home is felt not only by its new owner, but also by those who shared in the moments that made it so special to Matthew, making the destruction even more poignant. Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill, the iconic Star Wars star, found himself in a terrifying situation when he had to evacuate his Malibu home during a wildfire. He quickly took to Instagram to reassure his fans that he and his family were safe. Describing the fire as one of the worst he had faced since 1993, Mark shared unsettling footage of the flames dangerously approaching his property. His home, located in the Malibu Estates neighborhood and valued at over $3 million, was left in limbo as he anxiously awaited news on its condition. While still shaken by the situation, Mark is thankful that his family is safe and is currently staying in temporary shelter away from the danger. His experience is a stark reminder of nature's unpredictability and the importance of family in moments of crisis. Eugene Levy. Eugene Levy, best known for his roles in American Pie and Schitt's Creek, experienced a devastating loss when his cherished Pacific Palisades home was destroyed in a fire. He had purchased the two-story home in 2006 for $3.9 million. Though modest in size, the house was full of charm, with 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and breathtaking mountain views. As the fire spread rapidly, Levy faced a nerve-wracking evacuation, battling heavy traffic and tense moments. The smoke looked pretty black and intense over Temescal Canyon, the 78-year-old told the LA Times, confirming his evacuation as he faced gridlocked traffic. I couldn't see any flames, but the smoke was very dark. His son and Schitt's Creek co-star Dan Levy later posted, "Heartbroken for my family, my friends, and the people of LA affected by the catastrophic fires. Though he was fortunate to escape unharmed, the sight that awaited him was heartbreaking. His once beloved home was now reduced to rubble, with debris scattered in front of the door, a haunting reminder of the raw power of nature and the vulnerability we all share in the face of such disasters." John Goodman. John Goodman, known for his powerful performances, faced an unimaginable loss when his $4.6 million Pacific Palisades home was destroyed in a wildfire. Purchased in 2008, the expansive property covered 5,250 square feet, featuring 5 bedrooms and luxury amenities. However, recent satellite images revealed the home's complete destruction, with only charred remains and twisted iron beams left behind. The most striking image was of the backyard and swimming pool, now just blackened outlines, the only remnants of a once cherished home. Though Goodman primarily lived in New Orleans and didn't often visit the property, the loss still came as a shock. While he has yet to speak publicly about the fire, neighbors confirmed that the house was entirely wiped out. The tragedy is bittersweet, especially knowing that no one was there when the disaster struck, but it remains a heavy loss for the actor. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. Reality TV stars. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag were left devastated when their Pacific Palisades home was destroyed in a wildfire. Spencer shared a heartfelt video expressing how it felt like a nightmare to see the place they had called home for years go up in flames. Heidi, in turn, posted emotional messages on social media, thanking fans for their support and prayers during such a challenging time. Although they didn't disclose the exact value of the property, it's believed to have been worth millions, based on comparisons to similar homes in the area. Heidi also shared emotional moments on Snapchat, revealing the pain of leaving behind treasured items and precious memories. While they were thankful that their family was safe, the loss of not just a house, but the memories it held, was deeply felt. "I have no words. I'm so thankful that we're safe," Montag told the camera in a self-recorded social media post. "I'm so sad our house is gone. I wish I could have gone back and got more. I didn't think it would be the last time we would be in our house. I'm so sad for everyone else going through the same thing." After the fire had calmed, Spencer discovered a heart-shaped mark in the charred remains, which he saw as a symbol of the love and attachment they had for their lost home. Maria Shriver. Maria Shriver shared a deeply emotional video showing the aftermath of the wildfires that devastated her neighborhood. In the video, she reflected on the overwhelming pain of seeing the unimaginable destruction, from beloved restaurants and shops to the homes of close friends and neighbors. The once vibrant streets were now reduced to ashes, with charred debris scattered everywhere. "Our neighborhood, our restaurants," she wrote on Instagram. "All our friends have lost everything. We have evacuated but are safe. But people have lost everything." In light of the catastrophe, Shriver urges followers and fellow Los Angelinos to follow the best protocol and lean on their community. "We in this city will put our arms around one another," she added. "We will rise, but right now this fire continues to burn. People need to stay safe, stay out of harm's way, and allow firefighters to do what they can to help those who need immediate assistance." Maria expressed her profound sense of loss and grief, seeing her community turned into rubble. Although she didn't go into details about her own home, Maria lives in a high-value area where properties typically cost $3 million or more. It was heartbreaking for her to witness familiar places, memories, and beautiful lives being swept away by the flames. In her message, Maria offered words of hope, reminding everyone that the community will remain strong, despite the terrible loss. Jen Atkin, the celebrity hairstylist known for her work with the Kardashian family, shared a heartbreaking post on Instagram about the devastating fire that destroyed her home. While she didn't release specific details, Jen estimated the value of her property to be between $2 million and $5 million. In her emotional video, she and her husband are seen leaving the area with their dog, witnessing firsthand the destruction of their once thriving neighborhood. The footage of the raging wildfires captured the sheer intensity of the disaster, but Jen's message went beyond the tragedy. She emphasized the importance of unity and supporting one another during such challenging times. Her story not only struck a chord with her followers, but also served as a powerful reminder of the strength found in community spirit when facing adversity. Candy Spelling, widow of legendary TV producer Aaron Spelling and mother of 90210 star Tori, confirmed the loss of her Malibu home to TMZ. "I'm in shock and processing this massive loss for our family. I am beyond grateful for the memories," she said. "It was truly a wonderful gift to have." After 50 years of marriage, Candy Spelling experienced an unimaginable loss when her Malibu beach house was destroyed in a fire. The $24 million property, once a symbol of her family's legacy, was reduced to rubble, leaving Candy shocked and heartbroken. The house, built by her late husband, legendary producer Aaron Spelling, was not just a valuable asset, but a place filled with precious memories. Although Candy now resides in her lavish $155 million Beverly Hills estate, the Malibu home will always hold a special place in her heart. It was the backdrop to some of the most significant moments in her life and her family's history. Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal and his wife Janice have called their Pacific Palisades home their sanctuary since 1979. Over the more than 4 decades they lived there, the house became the backdrop to countless memories, making it an irreplaceable part of their lives. While the property's value has undoubtedly soared over the years and is now worth millions, for Billy, the emotional bond to the home far surpassed its financial worth. When a devastating fire swept through, destroying most of the house, the only thing left standing was the outdoor tennis court, one of the few remaining pieces of the home they had built together. In a heartfelt statement, Billy expressed that the house was filled with love and memories, and losing over 40 years of history in a matter of hours was an unimaginable blow. The loss felt even deeper knowing he was letting go of a place that had become so woven into the fabric of his life, love, and family. In a statement, Crystal wrote, "Janice and I lived in our home since 1979. We raised our children and grandchildren here. Every inch of our house was filled with love, beautiful memories that can't be taken away. We are heartbroken, of course, but with the love of our children and friends, we will get through this." Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. Chrissy Teigen, a mother of 4, experienced intense anxiety when her family had to evacuate due to the wildfires. She posted an emotional video on Instagram, showing herself frantically packing her belongings into a large bag, her face filled with worry. Chrissy described the situation as a nightmare come to life, expressing how surreal it felt to see things escalate so quickly. While her home is safe for now, she remains concerned about the damage in the surrounding area. She shared her prayers and hopes that everyone in her neighborhood will make it through this difficult time safely. Chrissy Teigen took to Instagram to share that her family has evacuated their $18.5 million Beverly Hills home. "This is surreal and I'm very scared now," the model captioned a mirror selfie in her closet. Packing. Since leaving, Teigen has revealed the family is taking refuge at a hotel. Milo Ventimiglia. Milo Ventimiglia, known for his role on This Is Us, faced a heartbreaking loss when his home was destroyed in a wildfire. Alongside his wife, Jariah, who was 9 months pregnant, Milo watched helplessly as their home burned down through security camera footage. The images of the charred remains left him visibly shaken. In an emotional statement, Milo described the experience as incredibly heavy and difficult, but reminded everyone that the most important thing was that Jariah and their baby were safe. Despite the immense loss, they were thankful that no one was hurt. Actor Milo Ventimiglia held back tears as he toured the charred remains of his Malibu home during a live TV interview, the same place he shared with his pregnant wife, and they were hoping to raise their first child. You start thinking about all the memories and the different parts of the house and whatnot, and then you see your neighbors' houses and everything around and your heart just breaks, the Gilmore Girls star told CBS News on January 9. It was a challenging time for the couple, but they remained determined to rebuild their lives together after the devastation. Sandra Lee. Celebrity chef and lifestyle expert Sandra Lee shared a heartfelt video on Instagram, confirming that her home in the Palisades was destroyed in a devastating fire. While the exact value of the home isn't clear, real estate sources say its worth had grown significantly over the years due to Sandra's thoughtful renovations and attention to design. In the emotional video, Sandra struggled to hold back tears as she expressed her deep gratitude for the outpouring of support from her friends, fans, and community. She shared how heartbreaking it was to see the home she had lovingly designed, filled with personal touches and precious memorabilia, reduced to ashes. "I cried all night and thought about every room, nook, and cranny," the television personality shares. "It was perfection, and now it's just ash." While Lee thinks she'll rebuild her property, she says this natural disaster is far from over. For Sandra, the loss wasn't just about material things. It was about the memories tied to every corner of the house. Despite the overwhelming sadness, Sandra is thankful for the strength she's found through the support of her loved ones, helping her stay grounded during this incredibly tough time. Ricki Lake. Ricki Lake, the beloved actress and host, faced a heartbreaking loss when her dream home in Malibu was destroyed by a devastating wildfire. On Instagram, she shared an emotional message along with photos of the happy memories she and her husband had created in their home. Ricki described the house as a paradise, a place where they had celebrated their wedding just 3 years ago and built countless cherished moments together. The former talk show host revealed that her Malibu dream house was destroyed during the wildfires. "It was our heaven on earth," she wrote, "the place where we planned to grow old together. We never took our heavenly spot on the bluff overlooking our beloved Malibu for granted, not even for 1 second. In fact, Lake reveals that this property was where she married husband Ross Birmingham in 2022. Photos from the scene revealed the full extent of the destruction. The house was completely engulfed in flames, with metal railings twisted and walls reduced to rubble. While Ricki and her family were fortunate to escape the fire safely, they were deeply heartbroken to see their home, along with so much of their life, reduced to ashes. Ricki not only lost her home, but also the memories tied to it. In her post, she extended her prayers to her neighbors and friends who also lost everything in the disaster. Though the exact value of the home isn't known, similar ocean view properties can be worth over $5 million, making the loss even more profound for her family. Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, 52, had only recently purchased a $20 million mansion in Pacific Palisades, just 5 months before the wildfire hit. As the flames began to edge closer to the area, he quickly rushed to his ex-wife Jennifer Garner's home to ensure their 3 children were safe. Neighbors nearby captured the moment Ben joined others in the community to check on the situation and even helped to try and contain the fire. While there's no official word on the condition of his new property, residents in the area have reported that the entire neighborhood has suffered significant damage from the fire. With everything he had just built and his new hopes for this fresh chapter at risk of being lost, Ben faces a difficult and uncertain time. John C. Reilly. John C. Reilly, known for his dramatic roles, experienced a devastating loss when his home was destroyed in a wildfire. Photos that have emerged show that the house was completely reduced to rubble, with only charred walls remaining. While John has not yet commented officially on the situation, it's clear that the property is no longer standing. This has been a deeply painful loss for him and his family, but thankfully, everyone is safe. Despite the hardships, John and his loved ones are grateful that their safety wasn't compromised during this disaster. Mel Gibson. While recording a podcast with Joe Rogan, Mel Gibson learned that his home had burned down in a wildfire. "I was kind of uneasy during the interview because I knew my neighborhood was on fire, and I thought, I wonder if my place is still standing," Gibson shared during a phone interview on News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas Reports. "But when I got home, sure enough, it wasn't there. I thought to myself, well, at least I don't have to deal with any of those pesky plumbing issues anymore." Despite the humor, Gibson described the loss as devastating and emotional. "You live there for a long time and you accumulate so much stuff," he explained. He confirmed that the fire struck while he was filming in Austin, but fortunately, everyone at home was able to safely evacuate, and even his chickens survived. "Obviously, it's kind of devastating. It's emotional," Gibson said. "You live there for so long, with all your personal things, photos, files, clothes, a lot of cool stuff, but at the end of the day, those are just things. The important thing is that my family and loved ones are safe, and that's all I can care about right now." Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges, the iconic Hollywood star, experienced a heartbreaking loss when his Malibu home was destroyed in a wildfire. The house, filled with years of cherished memories, was completely wiped out by the flames. Thankfully, Jeff and his family were safe, and he shared a heartfelt message expressing his gratitude that no one was harmed. The 4-bedroom Malibu home had been a multi-generational property, hosting countless special moments over the years. While the physical structure is gone, the memories will remain in their hearts forever. Despite the overwhelming devastation, Jeff found comfort in his family's love and his belief in their ability to overcome this challenge together. Denise Crosby. Denise Crosby, best known for her role in Star Trek, faced a heartbreaking loss when her stunning Spanish-style home was destroyed in a wildfire. She shared a photo of the charred remains with a poignant caption, "Yesterday morning I had a beautiful home, now it's ashes." The loss was especially painful for Denise, as she had poured so much love and care into her orchard and garden. The images she posted revealed the full extent of the devastation, and Denise was crushed to see all her hard work vanish so quickly. Despite the overwhelming grief, she was thankful that her family had managed to stay safe during the disaster. Jennifer Grey. Jennifer Grey, famous for her role in Dirty Dancing, experienced a devastating loss when her home was destroyed in the wildfires. Her daughter, Stella Gregg, shared on Instagram that the house was completely wiped out, leaving only rubble behind. While Jennifer and her dog Winnie are safe, the home they cherished is gone. Stella posted a heartfelt message, encouraging everyone to spend meaningful time with their loved ones and appreciate every moment. The photos she shared, showing the full extent of the destruction, reflect the immense sadness and heartache the family is facing. Despite this painful loss, they remain hopeful that love and unity will guide them through this difficult time. James Woods. James Woods went through a stressful ordeal when he was forced to evacuate his Pacific Palisades home, all while watching a nearby house burn down in a massive wildfire. While the exact value of Woods' home isn't known, properties in the area can be worth over $5 million. Actor James Woods became visibly emotional during a live interview confirming that his home was gone. He had earlier posted photos to social media of the property, which had only just undergone renovations, up in flames. "One day you're swimming in the pool, and the next day it's all gone," he said, welling up in a live interview with CNN. Things only got more emotional as Woods added that his wife's 8-year-old niece had offered up her piggy bank so that they could rebuild the property. "All the smoke detectors are going off in our house and transmitting to our iPhones," he wrote on X of how the tragedy unfolded. "I couldn't believe our lovely little home in the hills held on this long. It feels like losing a loved one." The Oscar-nominated actor also raised a serious concern amidst the disaster. Many of his neighbors have insurance policies that don't offer enough coverage for natural disasters like this. Though the condition of his own home is still unclear, the possibility of losing everything without proper insurance adds another layer of pain for him and his neighbors. James Woods' experience serves as a reminder of the importance of having insurance for emergencies and the strength that communities can show in the face of such devastation. J.J. Redick. The family of Los Angeles Lakers coach J.J. Redick is heartbroken after their home was destroyed in a wildfire. He opened up about the terrifying experience of having to evacuate in a rush as tension filled the air. Photos from the scene showed the home in ruins, and JJ shared his thoughts and prayers for the Pacific Palisades community where they live. Thankfully, while their home was lost, JJ and his family are safe. He expressed deep gratitude for their protection and remains hopeful that the community will unite to rebuild and support each other in the aftermath of this tragedy. Tina Knowles. Beyoncé's mother, Tina Knowles, experienced a devastating loss when her cherished home was destroyed in the wildfires. She took to Instagram to express her heartbreak, sharing photos of the house before and after the fire. In her post, Tina expressed immense gratitude to the firefighters who not only saved her life, but also ensured her pet's safety during such a perilous situation. Although the loss has been difficult, Tina feels thankful that her loved ones are safe and now surrounded by family. As she starts this painful journey of rebuilding, she holds on to the positive memories that will help guide her through the healing process. Melissa Rivers. Joan Rivers's daughter shared that her Pacific Palisades home, which she bought for $7.1 million in 2021, was destroyed during the fiery frenzy. Fortunately, she and her family remained safe and unharmed. In an emotional interview with CNN, Melissa revealed that many of her most cherished possessions, including her mother's Emmy Award and personal drawings, were destroyed in the fire. Photos from the scene captured the overwhelming devastation, leaving her family grief-stricken. Despite the immense loss, Melissa expressed her gratitude that she and her loved ones are safe. Now, she is focused on rebuilding her life and holding on to the precious memories of her family. Melissa's experience serves as a poignant reminder of the strength that comes from family unity and the importance of gratitude, even in the toughest of times. Jene Aiko. Jene Aiko experienced deep sorrow when her home was destroyed in the bushfires. She took to Instagram to share her grief, showing how everything she owned was lost. The videos she posted revealed the aftermath, her home reduced to rubble and scorched areas. While Janae and her family were thankfully safe, the emotional weight of the loss was hard to bear. In her post, she expressed hope for everyone's safety and the strength to rebuild their lives from the ashes. Despite the overwhelming impact of the disaster, Janae remained hopeful for the future. Cary Elwes. Cary Elwes, famous for his role in The Princess Bride, experienced a heartbreaking loss when his Malibu home was destroyed in a wildfire. In an emotional video, Cary shared the devastating moment when he and his family were forced to evacuate for their lives. Though their home was completely lost, Cary expressed deep gratitude that his family was safe after the harrowing ordeal. The video showed the extent of the damage, but despite the overwhelming sadness, Cary and his family felt fortunate to have escaped unharmed. He also took the opportunity to thank his friends and the firefighters who offered their support during such a challenging time. The actor and Princess Bride star shared in a post on Instagram that he had lost his family home. "Firstly, myself and my family are all safe, thank God," he wrote. "Sadly, we did lose our home, but we are grateful to have survived this truly devastating fire. Our hearts go out all the families impacted by this tragic event, and we also wish to extend our gratitude to all the firefighters, first responders, and law enforcement who worked so tirelessly through the night and are still at it. We want to thank everyone for the incredible outpouring of support. It really means a great deal to us." Mario Lopez. Mario Lopez had a terrifying close call when his home came dangerously close to being destroyed in a massive wildfire. While the damage was significant, the house remained standing, which Mario considered a blessing. He shared photos of the aftermath on social media, expressing heartfelt thanks to the firefighters who worked relentlessly to protect lives and property. He wrote, "Our house is a mess, but thankfully it's still standing. Thank God for that." Despite the challenging situation, Mario's family is safe, and they are incredibly grateful for the quick response and support from emergency services during this critical time. Carolyn Murphy, celebrity model. Carolyn Murphy shared a chilling video from her security camera, showing the moment sparks ignited before the fire quickly spread. She posted on social media that while her family and dogs were safe, her beloved home had been completely destroyed. The video revealed the full extent of the devastation, leaving only the sad remnants of what once was. Though heartbroken by the loss, Carolyn expressed her gratitude that her loved ones and pets were unharmed. She remains hopeful about rebuilding and starting anew with her family after this tragedy. Molly Sims. Molly Sims shared a heartfelt story about the wildfires that threatened her community. In a video, she spoke about the anxiety she felt as many close friends lost their homes, while her family anxiously waited to find out if theirs was safe. Despite the devastation around them, Molly was relieved to learn from her representative that their home had been spared. She expressed deep gratitude for the overwhelming support from the community and the fire department. Though the challenges are far from over, Molly and her family are thankful for their safety and hopeful that everyone will come together to overcome this difficult time. Julianne Hough. Julianne Hough, the talented dancer and TV host, shared a tense video as she evacuated her Hollywood Hills home while a wildfire approached. In the video, she urgently encouraged her neighbors to leave quickly as the fire spread rapidly across the area. "Everyone needs to evacuate immediately," she wrote. The footage showed the flames quickly surrounding her home. While Julianne and her family are safe, she expressed concern for the danger the fire poses to the community. She shared her deep gratitude for the support from the community and firefighters, hoping that everyone stays safe through this difficult time. Though the loss of property is painful, Julianne remains hopeful that the community will come together to rebuild what was lost and move forward from this disaster. Kate Beckinsale. Kate Beckinsale shared a heartfelt message about the immense loss her Pacific Palisades community faced in the devastating wildfires. On Instagram, she expressed her deep sadness that her daughter's childhood home, along with many of her close friends' homes, had been completely destroyed. "My heart is broken," she wrote, sharing poignant photos of the devastation in her neighborhood. The fire left behind a trail of destruction, with stores, schools, and homes, each holding cherished memories, reduced to rubble. Kate spoke of the pain she felt seeing her friends and their pets lose everything, urging the community to unite and support those who are in need of shelter. While many, including Kate, are grieving, she also expressed her unwavering support for those who are suffering, hopeful that compassion and solidarity will help the community heal and rebuild during this difficult time. Barbara Corcoran. Shark Tank star and real estate mogul Barbara Corcoran took to Instagram to share the heartbreaking news that her home in the Tahitian Terrace mobile home community in Malibu was destroyed in the recent fire. "For the past 5 years, I've had the privilege of calling this close-knit, loving community home," she wrote. "My heart breaks over and over as I witness the incredible people who built their lives here, many of them seniors who invested their hearts and life savings into their trailers, now left with nothing." She also shared a link to a GoFundMe to help her neighbors rebuild. Harvey Keitel. "We will rebuild. We will do it one day at a time," actor Harvey Keitel wrote, along with a video showing the remains of his home. "Thank you to my siblings and friends who came to help me and my neighbors pick up the pieces of what is left." Beulah St. John. Boma Street. John, star of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, experienced a heartbreaking loss when her home was destroyed in a wildfire. She posted photos and videos of her cherished home, along with happy moments spent with her daughter in an emotional tribute. Boma described it as an unimaginable loss and expressed her deep sorrow over seeing her beloved home reduced to ashes. "This was my F you I'm here house," she wrote. "This is the place where I finally felt like I could choose to spend time on my own terms. And now it's gone. This is an unimaginable loss. I grieve with the rest of Los Angeles as it burns." Despite the overwhelming grief and challenges, Boma, like many others in Los Angeles, remains hopeful that they will rise above this disaster and rebuild their lives. While the loss has been tough, she is thankful that her family and community are safe. The Kardashians. TMZ reports that the Kar-Jenners, Kim, Kris, Kourtney, Khloe, Rob, Kendall, and Kylie, have all evacuated their homes due to the ongoing crisis. Over the years, the family has allowed fans a peek inside their lavish, multi-million-dollar Calabasas properties. While none of the reality stars have posted updates about their own homes, several have shared resources on how others can help during this difficult time. Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Though the Veep star hasn't spoken publicly about the loss, multiple sources have confirmed that her $15 million Pacific Palisades home was destroyed in the fires. The actress-turned-podcaster is said to have bought the Mediterranean-style property in the late 1990s, likely during the peak of her Seinfeld fame, Lana Del Rey. While the house featured in Lana Del Rey's High by the Beach music video isn't owned by her, it is located in an area affected by the recent Los Angeles fires. It's unclear whether the property has been impacted. The beachfront property at 19,562 Pacific Coast Highway is a 2,580-square-foot, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in the exclusive Malibu area, which Lana used in her 2015 music video. Though other homes on the same road have been seen engulfed in flames, this particular house stands alone, away from neighboring buildings, so there's no confirmation yet on its current condition. Diane Warren. Songwriter Diane Warren shared the heartbreaking news that her Malibu beach house was destroyed in the recent fires. "This is the last pic I took of Leah's rock from my beach house," Diane wrote in the caption, showing a photo of herself next to a rock with the waves in the background. "I've had this house for almost 30 years. It looks like it was lost in the fire last night. There's a rainbow shining on it, which I'm taking as a sign of hope for all the creatures affected by this tragedy," she continued. Thankfully, Diane shared that the animals and the rescue ranch are safe, adding, "That's the most important thing. Stay safe, everyone. Jennie Garth." The Beverly Hills 90210 star shared her emotional experience of evacuating her home through a series of Instagram stories. In the posts, Garth revealed she quickly grabbed personal items while her husband, Dave Abrams, worked to protect the house by hosing down the exterior to make it less flammable. "We are fine. We are okay. We are safe," she said in one video. "That's all that matters." Chet Hanks. It's been a tough time for Tom Hanks's real estate portfolio as wildfires rage through his son Chet's childhood neighborhood. While Tom hasn't spoken out yet, Chet took to Instagram stories to share the heartbreaking news, writing, "Pray for the Palisades," as the area faces devastation. Melissa Claire Egan. The Young and the Restless star. Melissa Claire Egan shared a video from the home she'd purchased just 2 weeks before, now reduced to rubble. "We hadn't moved in yet, but it's gone," she wrote on Instagram stories. "We are devastated and this is all so horrific." Molly Baz. Celebrity chef Molly Baz shared a heartfelt post on Instagram, revealing that she lost her home in the recent fires. She posted, "The last photo I took before we lost it all," showing her son Gio eating by candlelight during the power outage. "We'll recover someday. Thank you to the village," she wrote, expressing her gratitude for the support. In a newsletter a few days later, she reflected on the emotional toll of the loss, admitting she experienced a broader and deeper range of emotions than I knew was possible. Despite the pain, she acknowledged moments of clarity, saying, "I am grateful for that. In some moments, I can see the value and lessons in this loss. In others, I see darkness." Pete Lee. Comedian Pete Lee was in New York ahead of his appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and watched his home burn on live TV. He spoke about the experience while on the show Thursday. "The anchor was in front of my house." And he's like, "Some people are finding out right now that their home is burning by watching this broadcast. And I'm watching it with a friend. I'm like, yeah, that's me, that's my house," Lee said, Colin and Samir. On Friday, January 10, YouTube creators Colin Rosenblum and Samir Chaudhry said they lost their homes in the Palisades fire, writing in an Instagram post that the loss was compounded by the fact that both their wives are pregnant. "The enormity of the loss is very overwhelming," they wrote. "Both of our wives are pregnant, and our primary focus right now is getting back on stable ground. We'll be pausing uploads for a bit while we figure out what's next." The stories of celebrities who lost their homes in the California wildfires are more than just personal tragedies. They are powerful reminders of the strength of community and solidarity during tough times. These individuals not only persevered through the devastation, but they also took the time to lend a hand to others, showing immense compassion and resilience. Through these experiences, we are reminded that in our hardest moments, the love and support we give one another become our greatest source of strength. Thank you for watching. If this story resonates with you, please like and subscribe for more updates. Stay safe, and let's work together to build a brighter, stronger future.